Lighten up, take me on a
Hi.
magic
In a
cruise.
video I did not too long
Tell
ago
me
called
all your
Kindness
favorite
Power, I talked
lines.
about how simple acts of kindness can go a long way
Sign me
sometimes.
up,
And I had an experience the
tell
other
me
day,
how to
and I
do.
think that the kindness went a long way. And I want to tell you about it. I was going into a Target with a friend of mine, namely my husband. I don't know why I called him a friend of mine, and our dog. And he is my friend too, by the way. He's really my best friend. But anyway, we went in, and I think that the lady came up to us because of our dog, and she wanted to say hi. And she was just really sweet, and she was probably in her 50s. And somehow we got into a deeper discussion. And she started telling me about going and playing pickleball and how she liked it, but that there were these people that were mean to her there. And she was really describing bully behavior, bullying of a 50-some-year-old woman. Great, right? And she said that they would say things like, "We want this court, you go take that one," even though she'd reserved a certain place. And at other times, like stuff like, "Nobody wants to play with you," and it just brought flashbacks from a childhood where she felt mistreated and no one stuck up for her. And she said, "I just kind of want to stay at home and I don't want to go meet people. I just think there's so many mean people out there." So we talked for a while, and I asked her if she believed in God, and she said she did. And I said, "Well, I'm pretty sure that's not what God would have for you, to just wall off and be at home." And we talked about different ways that she could handle this situation. But I also reminded her, "You're not a little girl anymore. And that little girl was helpless, but you're not." And that if she knows God, then she knows that through Him, she has everything she needs to stand up inside, at least, to what was happening there. And uh, I think that in my life, I've had many, many opportunities to have these meetings. And some of the feelings that she was telling me she had, like when she was disappointed with people, just kind of wanting to wall off, I think we've all had them. And it was a reminder to me that I'm not alone, that other people aren't alone when we think these things. But there's a better way than walling off. And that way would be, either find some friends to go with, or find a different place to go, or talk to the management there, but not to just go home and feel like a little kid and feel terrible. And I told her I had a lot of empathy for whatever she went through in her childhood, but now she needed to take that little girl, so to speak, in her arm and say, "Hey, I'm your big you now, and I'm going to help take care of you. And we're not going to let people just push us around or be unkind or flatten us, so to speak." And she really liked that idea. And she said a few times, "You're right, you're right." And it's not really that I'm right, it's just that that's right. And that we need to support one another. And, you know, this reminder is for us when we feel mistreated, that we're not alone. It's to remind us that we don't have to switch to the little kid mode that just wants to shut down. And instead, we can be in the adult mode and say, "Okay, little kid, I'm taking care of you. I'm here. I've got your back. And I understand everything you're going through perfectly because basically I'm you." And if we're around somebody who we see being mistreated, that we need to come stand by their side, be with them, and help them feel supported and not alone. And, I told her, you got to be smart. You don't want to get yourself hurt. But at the same time, you don't just have to roll over and go, okay, it's your court all the time. And also, I don't know if anybody who is a bully is going to watch this video. Probably not, because I'm calling everyone to really be responsible for themselves and to be kind and to pull out their best self. But if you know somebody who pushes people around, maybe they're somebody, an acquaintance you have, then remind them that that's not cool and not to do it, and that you can really hurt people that way. I mean, this woman was sent back years. And, I also told her it's an opportunity for you to get stronger in this way and deal with the situation differently. Anyway, I hope that you're out in the world being kind today. I hope that if someone is unkind to you, you take on your adult self and behave in a way that you can be proud of later, that you would tell your, I don't know, your pastor or Jesus or somebody you admire spiritually, how you behaved. And that if you see somebody else being hurt, to speak up, to stand up, to go be with them, or at least offer them support after the fact. And if something's happening to you or you see something, there's always like the higher authority, and hopefully there is somebody there. But it made me think maybe we need a bully police just for bullies. We're pushing people around. And so have a good day and think about it and make our world a better place, a gentler place. Thanks.
I wanna hear about everything you're ever thinking. You know that I can take the truth.